Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome to the channel. Today we're giving you another vlog, this time of the Scottsdale Shea Corridor. Now this spot is one of the things that the Shea Corridor is famous for, and that's the trails and the trailheads.
Yeah, so you can see the mountains behind us, and there's a trail that starts right here. And you can literally go for miles all the way up into the McDowell Mountains. So if you're into that outdoor lifestyle and you're wanting more of a bedroom type community, then this Scottsdale Shea Corridor might be a great option for you.
Yep, and then being up here, being on the mountains, you have great views looking down over into the city. You can kind of see downtown way over there, right where I'm pointing right there for you guys through those trees. That's Camelback Mountain. So, bunch of great mountains, great views, great hiking, you know.
Yeah, we'll go check them out a little bit more, but a little bit about the Shea Corridor community. So it's not just one community. I know we've done some videos about like a specific master plan community. This is made up of a whole bunch of different communities. So south of Shea, you're going to find more like horse properties. So there's going to be a lot of acre plus lots down there. A lot of them have been converted in the last several years. People have bought those big lots and then put on massive homes. So I'm talking about 5, 6, 7, 8,000 square foot custom homes. And then north of Shea, it's more neighborhoods. A lot of them are going to be gated. So if being in a gated community is something that is important to you, then the communities north of Shea are going to be a good option for you. Most of the homes here, I think that the ones that are the oldest were probably built, I'm guessing, in about the mid-80s. A lot of them were built in the mid-90s, and there's even some new homes that have been built just within the last couple of years out here.
Mm-hmm. So they're building all the time and have been for the last 30 years.
Yeah, not a whole lot of new construction. They're really, smaller pockets of maybe, 6 to 8 homes is all that they're building. The most of the land has already been, built on. And this area behind us, this is all now part of the Scottsdale Preserve. So these mountains have been purchased by the city of Scottsdale to be preserved land, so nobody can ever build, so that we always have, scenic mountains, and we have places that we can recreate. So you can, there's a lot of mountain biking trails here. There's another trail just over here. So if you want to take it's an equestrian trail. So if you want to take your horse out there, you can do that as well. And this is the high school for the Shea Corridor. It's called Desert Mountain. Desert Mountain is the newest and the largest of the Scottsdale schools. So you can see there's that section over there and then this section over here. So
yep, it's a 5A1 high school, which means the size of it and also what division it will play in for sports. Desert Mountain has all the different sports that you might expect from a high school. They're definitely a powerhouse for baseball and football in the Scottsdale area. But there are other schools that are equally good in those sports as well.
Actually, Desert Mountain is actually home to the International Baccalaureate program for the city of Scottsdale. So each school district has one school that will participate in the International Baccalaureate program.
And this right here is the middle school, Mountainside Middle School. And if you see this community right up here on the right, it's called Rio, Montana. And this is one of the oldest communities in the area.
Yep, this is the community that was built in the mid-80s, I would say. And again, you can see that it's all single-family homes. They've got, a lot of it backs to the wash area. You've got, they're all going to have tile roofs. Most of the homes in this area are going to have 2 to 3 car garage. This is not a gated community, one of the few communities on the north side of Shea that is not gated. There's a few of them. Most of the communities over here are going to be gated. Right here is Rio Montana Park. It's one of the parks that is in the Shea Corridor area. So got a green grassy area. There's some tennis courts here. There's a a playground. So this grassy area here, it is used by some of the smaller, younger soccer teams to either practice or play their games. There's also a community center here at Rio Montaña Park.
And the fire department house is right here as
Yep.
well.
So that community center, it can be rented out. So if you have like community meetings or if you just want to get together, you can reserve that through the city of Scottsdale. I know there is a fee for that, not exactly sure what it is. And then across the way, you'll see the backside of the Mayo Clinic. Now this is not the hospital. Talk a little bit more about that later. This is the actual Mayo Clinic where they do a lot of the, what do you call it?
This is more outpatient clinics that they do here, where people come for checkups and things of that nature. They don't necessarily do surgeries or emergency situations here at the clinic. That is going to be at the Mayo Hospital up on 56th and the 101.
Yeah, I guess what I was trying to say is research. So they're doing a lot more research at this facility here.
Yeah, research and outpatient is the majority of the things that they do over here at this facility. But it's still quite a large facility. Has been here for a while. Really helps with the medical field and medical aspect of the Shea Corridor. Provides quite a few jobs, and then also makes it pretty easy if you are one of the patients that goes to the Mayo Clinic. Then if you live right here, then you're nice and close to your appointments.
All right, here we are in one of the communities of the Shea Corridor, and this is called Hidden Hills. The thing I like about a lot of these homes is they are in elevated lots. So you can see that one, it's got an elevated backyard. So they're either gonna back to the mountain like these homes over here, or if they're on the other side, then with the elevated lot, they're gonna have great city light and sunset views. So you can see a lot of these homes have what we call view fences in their backyard. And that's again so that you can take advantage of the views of either the mountains, or I don't know if you can see out front of me, but you can see the valley is down below. So this area is just slightly higher elevation than say downtown Scottsdale area or downtown Phoenix. And like I said, it's a lot of hills and elevation out here. So if a great, fantastic home with a wonderful view is something that you're looking for, hey, this might be the place for us to look for you. So, hey, reach out to us. Let us know what's important to you, and we'll be able to direct you and help you find a great home. So you can see this one has a great, backyard view. We can search by what's called a view fence, and if it's got a view fence, typically it's going to have a fantastic view. You can see these homes were built, I'm going to say in the early 2000s. This section, there's a little bit smaller homes, so they're maybe 2,300 square feet, and they're going to have a 2-car garage.
3 to 4 bedrooms, 3 to 4 baths.
No.
Overall, in the Shea Corridor, most are built between 1990 and 2000, but some newer developments in the corridor. Most are, on average, are going to be about 3 to 4 bedrooms, 3 to 4 baths, about 2,700 square feet. There's apartments, condos, tract homes, large custom homes that are over 8,000 square feet, and horse properties. Now, the median price is a little expensive over in the Shea Corridor, with it coming out to, on average, being about $900,000. And then new homes that are over 3,000 square feet start at about $1.5 million. Now, this is mostly a bedroom community with some professional office buildings, shopping, restaurants, and etc. close to the airport. And it's about 30 to 40 minutes to downtown Phoenix and Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport. As far as healthcare, as we saw, there's the Mayo Clinic Scottsdale campus. There's also Honor Healthcare over here as well. So overall, not too far from downtown or the airport, and it is a bit quieter, a bit more out of the way than being right in the city.
This is homes south of Shea. And so like we said, this area used to be a lot of horse properties. But most of the horse properties have been purchased, and you can see they've built like massive custom homes here. There's one new custom home subdivision that's going in right up here. But you can see there's still a little bit of open space here, but for the most part, there is not too many horse properties that are left in this area. I don't know if you can see, hold on, in the background there, that is the Basis Scottsdale campus. Basis has, I think there are up to 10, 12 different campuses here in the Phoenix area. And Basis Scottsdale is always ranked within the top 10 nationwide for top high schools in the country. So if a solid education is something that you're looking for you and your family, then the Shea Corridor might be an option for you.
Hey guys, this is the map part of the Shea Corridor. As you can see here on your screen, it is outlined in red. And what's weird is on Google Maps here, it has the outline actually shooting just past on the west or the left side of your screen from the 101. Now, most of us consider the Shea Corridor really starting at the 101 and going east from there. But officially, according to Google Maps at least, it does spread out over a little bit to the left or the west side as well. But still being all in Scottsdale here.
Yeah, so for this, because we kind of consider the Shea Corridor from the 101 to the Fountain Hills border, that's the area.
Yes, absolutely. Now we got it nice and blown up for you guys to get a good idea of where the Scottsdale Shea Corridor is. Zooming back out, as you can see, it's over on the northeast side of the valley. And I'm going to get back in to show you exactly where we're going to be.
Yeah, so the interesting thing about the Shea Corridor is it's made up of many, many different subdivisions. So you can see there's Stonegate, Scottsdale Ranch, Paradise Heights, Sierra Foothills, Paloma Paseo, up into Sonoran Heights and Oncala. So we're going to check out a little bit of everything. But this is like not just one single subdivision, some of the master plan communities.
So let's start with the school districts. All of the Shea Scottsdale Corridor is going to be in the Scottsdale Unified School District. Now you also have a few charter schools in here as well, such as Basis Scottsdale, and some charter schools such as Basis Scottsdale, which is consistently ranked among the highest in the country for the high school, and I believe the middle schools as well. So Maine Middle School is going to be over on the right side here. It's going to be Mountainside Middle School right here on your screen. Next to that is going to be Desert Mountain High School.
And then just to the north of that is Anasazi Elementary School, which is one of the two elementary schools in the Shea Corridor. The other one is Laguna Elementary School, and that is going to be in the Scottsdale Ranch area. Laguna Elementary there, right next to the lakes, and it kind of backs to the Scottsdale Ranch Park.
The Scottsdale Ranch Park is a fantastic area around. As you guys can see on the map, it's right down in this area. So for recreation in the Shea Scottsdale Corridor, one of the main things is going to be the golf. Now for golf, the options are actually kind of limited. We do have a couple golf courses in the area, really only one, which is Oncala. And that is going to be a private golf course as well, where you have to live in the community or be invited to come in to play by one of the community members.
Well, no, actually, you don't have to live in the community. You can join Oncala without actually living in the community.
Oh, there
which
you
is
go.
kind of a nice thing, for if you don't necessarily want to live in the community still.
Another area of note that could be nice and fun is the Equestrian Center or Equestrian Park over here in Stonegate. It's going to be right in this area.
And then, of course, there's lots of different parks within the community. The biggest one is probably Scottsdale Ranch Park.
Yes, Scottsdale Ranch Park is right off of Shea Boulevard and Via Linda.
And then Cholla Park off of Via Linda and Frank Lloyd Wright. It's got some new pickleball courts there.
It does as well. And then you also have Rio Montana Park, which is right off of Via Linda and 132nd Street.
So probably the biggest recreation in this area is going to be access to the hiking trails in the McDowell Mountain Ranch. And there are several locations where there are trailheads.
See all these mountains up here. So one of the main trailheads is actually going to be next to the Anasazi Elementary School, going right up 124th Street. You can get to one of the main trailheads right there. You also have a couple other different trailheads off over to the right or the east side as well. And then you can always do some stuff right on the border with Fountain Hills and Scottsdale as well. But there aren't really any trails there, but you can get off and just do your own hiking, which is always nice and fun. Next up, let's show you where the main shopping center is. The main shopping center of the Shea Corridor is going to be right off of Shea and the 101. The other main shopping center, which is a bit smaller, is going to be right at the corner of Via Linda and Frank Lloyd Wright. Several restaurants, as you can see right in this area. It's going to be in the heart of the Shea Corridor.
So yeah, you got shopping on 3 corners there, and then all the way from Shea Boulevard to Via Linda is there's different shops and restaurants all along that section there.
Then last but not least for shopping, you have a little shopping center right over on the east side on 136th and Via Linda. So the hospital is going to be Honor Health Scottsdale and is located right here at Shea and 92nd. And the other medical facility is going to be
The Mayo Clinic, which is right there at Shea Boulevard, just east of 136th Street.
correction, just east of 130th, just west
Oh.
of 136th.
Sorry. Yep. I got to get my east and my west correct.
Now, in terms of the airport, you got 2 main options for your international airports. Main one is going to be Phoenix Sky Harbor. You can see on the bottom center of your screen is where Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport is located. Quick jot down the 101 over to the 202. Depending on where you are in the Shea Scottsdale corridor, you're looking at anywhere from 20 to about 30 minutes depending on traffic. Your other main option, which is a bit further away, is going to be the Phoenix Mesa Gateway Airport.
Yeah, and that is a lot of the smaller kind of regional airlines fly in and out of Mesa Gateway. So, from the Scottsdale corridor, I would say that's a good 30 to 40 minutes. So
Yep.
a little further away, but a much smaller airport.
Frontier has their main services coming out of Phoenix Mesa Gateway. It is pretty quick to get there. Go down Shea, take it to the 87 over the 202, and you're going to be right there. Usually this airport's going to be less traffic to get to than Sky Harbor, but is going to offer a few less destinations to go to. Your other regional airport option that you have is Scottsdale Airport. If you do have a private plane or you fly on one of the smaller planes, sometimes they do have commercial going out of this. And that's going to be just north of the Shea Corridor. Going to be right on the corner of Frank Lloyd Wright and the 101, as you can see right on the top middle of your screen, with the Shea Corridor being right below that. So that's going to be your closest, but also be the most limited in terms of options for destinations. Hey guys, welcome to the map section of the video. As you can see on your screen, the outlined in red section is the Shea Corridor. Now, for our purposes, we consider the Shea Corridor starting right here at Frank Lloyd Wright and Shea, and then move it over to the right. So if you can kind of see my mouse right in the center of your screen, we really consider the Shea Corridor to be over to the right of there. Because on the left side, it comes into some other areas, such as Scottsdale Ranch area or the Vista area or McDowell Ranchos area, which are kind of part but really separate to the Shea Corridor. And to give you an idea of where this is in the valley, zooming out here, as you can see, it's on the eastern/northeastern corner of the valley here. Right below the Shea Corridor, this is going to be the Salt River Pima Maricopa Indian community. It's going to be the reservation. So there's not any buildings on there. There's some along the 101 going down, but mostly it's not built up. So from this area in the Shea Corridor, you have easy access getting over to basically anywhere you'd like to go in the valley. to downtown Phoenix or Sky Harbor Airport, depending on exactly where you are in the Shea Corridor and what time of day. It'll vary anywhere from about 25 to 30 minutes on the short end to 45 minutes or so if you're going right during peak rush hour time to get over to the airport or downtown. Now, as you can see, some of the nice things about here is the ease of access to the highways. You're going to be a little bit off the highway, again, considering the Shea Corridor is to the east of Shea over here. So it's going to take you 5 to 10 minutes to get over to the 101, and then it'll take you north-south wherever you need to go. And then likewise, if you are trying to go up to our northern or the northeast up by Payson, getting over to the 87 is pretty easy. It does border Fountain Hills here as well. And then getting down to Mesa is pretty easy too, the Mesa Gilbert area. You can go take Shea and then take the 87 all the way down, which is a nice little back way, and most of the time it's going to have much less traffic than the 101. Let's zoom in here to give you a better idea of the areas. Let's go over to the satellite view. So as you saw when we showed you Desert Mountain High School and Mountainside Middle School, those are going to be right in the heart of the Shea Corridor. You can see right in the center of your screen. Where we started off the video at the trailhead is going to be just up 124th. It's going to be right here at the top center of your screen. That's where the trailhead is. And as we zoom out a little bit, you can see just how much of these mountains you can explore. There's trailheads, if we zoom in here. Trailheads going all throughout in different trails you can use. So you can hike for miles and miles all across over here, which is what makes it such a nice area, being that the northern border is going to be all the preserve. So nothing is going to be built there on the mountain. So it gives you great mountain views as well as great hiking right in the center of town here. Over in the Mayo Clinic is over here, more on the eastern side. Basis School, as we showed you, is going to be right here at 128th and Shea. You can't really see it here on the maps. It hasn't been updated because it was just built a few years ago. But the Basis Scottsdale School is right here. Well, that basically covers it for our map section here, giving you a good idea of what it looks like, as well as the times to get to places and its location within the valley. One thing that the Shea Corridor area is lacking slightly, just within the community itself, is golf courses, however. Ancala is going to be the only golf club within the Shea Corridor, but technically it's on the north side, just north of the Shea Corridor, and really is its own community of Ancala. And this is also a private country club, although you can get memberships to play here if you don't live in the community itself. But you're still pretty quick access and easy to other golf courses around the area, such as Starfire or Gainey Ranch, Talking Stick, McCormick Ranch here as well, and Camelback Golf Club. We're all within 10 to 20 minutes of wherever you are in Shea Corridor. And then going off to the right, you have Desert Canyon Golf Club, Sunridge Canyon, and Wekopa. Eagle Mountain is right here as well. That's going to be the closest one to you. Fire Rock is a fully private country club, however, so unless you know someone who lives in there, you unfortunately won't be able to play. But thanks again for joining us for the map section of this video. Let's get back out there into the field. Hey guys, welcome to the map section of the vlog. Going over Shea Corridor. So just to give you an idea, Shea Corridor, if you see on the screen, is quite long and narrow, although for our purposes, what we like to locally consider the Shea Corridor really just starts from Frank Lloyd Wright, which is right in the center of your screen here, going off over to the right, along Shea to the border with Fountain Hills. Now, officially, it is considered the Shea Corridor to the west of that as well, not just to the east, but really we don't consider it too much because you have other specialty areas such as Scottsdale Ranch or right around Starfire area, or the Shea and Scottsdale area that we get more specific with versus talking about the Shea Corridor. So to give you an idea, outlined in red is the overall Shea Corridor, but again with Frank Lloyd Wright coming right down here in the center of your screen, right by this Albertsons and Dollar Tree, really we're considering it to the right of there. Now to give you an idea of where this is located throughout the rest of the valley, it's over on the east side, kind of on the northeast side, just east of the 101. So it does give you quick and easy access to the 101 to get to where you need to go around the valley, as well as if you're trying to go over to Mesa Gilbert, the 87 is a great way to get there, as it allows you to avoid most of the traffic that the 101 has, as well as if you're trying to get up north to Payson area or up that way, you have a head start getting over on the 87 going up, as well as over to Fountain Hills area. You are right on the border. But looking at the satellite view here, as you can see when we started, we were just on the trailhead, and that trailhead is right here in the top center of your screen. And that's one of the beautiful things about the Shea Corridor area, is having the preserve on the north side, and then the Indian reservation. This is Salt River Pima Indian community here on the south side. You are bordered both ways by natural preserves. So it gives you plenty of access to the hiking trails as we saw in the north. And if you see all of these mountains up here and all of these little trails going through, you can hike for miles and miles. So it is really nice to be able to take advantage of the natural beauty and landscape of the area. Now it is, as we mentioned, and as you can see here, further on the east side. So it is a little bit further to get to downtown Phoenix. If we go back to the regular view here, timing, depending on where you are in the Shea Corridor to get to downtown Phoenix and Sky Harbor Airport, is going to be anywhere from about 30 minutes to about 45 minutes or so, depending on traffic. If you're going during a rush hour time, it's going to be more of that 45-minute mark. If you're going non-rush hour times, you're going to be right about the 30-minute mark, which is mainly highways, taking the 101 over to the 202 to get over there. So it's still very convenient. As we mentioned, it is a bit of a bedroom community. There isn't too much in terms of employment options like on the larger end scale. There are many small employment centers and shopping centers and other professional areas in and around the area. So depending on where you work, it can still be very convenient, but it'll still going to be much quieter than a lot of the other areas that are further in town. Zooming in, this is Desert Mountain High School. Is kind of right in the center, in the heart of the Shea Corridor. Desert Mountain and Mountainside Middle School. And as you can see on the top of your screen now is Anasazi. Then over on the right, which is kind of right on the right edge, is the Mayo Clinic campus. Other points that we touched on were Basis Scottsdale, as you can see right here. It doesn't really pop up on the map, as it was built just within the last couple of years, but it's going to be right here on the corner of 128th and Shea. But this just about covers the map portion of our video to give you guys a good idea of where everything is in relation to the rest of the valley. That way you can really put a T on where we are talking about throughout the vlog here.